Hello, 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 people. If I'm on, give me a shout out. Give me a shout out. This is Diana, the one and only Purpose Master Life Coach and Wellness Purpose Coach. I am going to start off with a countdown and then we're going to get into the music. Here we go.
Let your true purpose rise in you. Let's go, let's go, let's go, 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 let's go, 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 let's go. It's time to get up. It's time to shape up. Let's go, let's go, to elevate.
Welcome, 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 my beautiful people. Hey.
Hey.
Watching. This is Diana Byfield as Purpose. And again, I am a Purpose Master Life Coach and a Wellness Purpose Coach. I have this wonderful, beautiful Laurie Graf Harris on the phone. I mean, not on the phone, online with me, live stream. And I just want to put out there that we are live streaming on Facebook, on my profile, live streaming on Sweating with Purpose page and the YouTube channel. Please, anybody that's on the YouTube channel, please subscribe, like, and share. I'm waiting for all y'all to subscribe on my page, please. So we do have one more young lady that is coming in. We're just waiting on her, but before that, I'm just going to introduce the first guest. But before I do, let's talk about today's topic. Today's topic is with health, wellness, and fitness. So look, right now, I know that there is so many of us dealing with the pandemic, and they call it the post-pandemic. Can we get back from what was going on in 2020? And then now we are getting the vaccines, and not everybody's taking it. But how can they still strive? How can they still thrive in this 2021? We're still in the beginning of this year, but we do have to take cautious. We do have to be serious with our health and our wellness. It's all about the mind. So many people's lives are in danger because of their mind is not in the right place. So that's where wellness comes in. And then that's where we have our beautiful Laurie. I want to make sure I say it right. Is it Graf?
Yep, Graf.
Yep.
Laurie Graf Harris.
Harris. Mm-hmm. Yes, and she is a health and wellness coach, and I am so honored to have her on to just share her expertise, her wisdom, her knowledge, and we are here to just get the understanding, and I'm excited about that. Let me go ahead and share her bio. Miss Laurie Graf Harris is a health and life coach who is passionate about helping women feel great in their bodies as they age, using principles of clean eating, self-care, and mindfulness. She helps her clients take the mystery out of eating well and maintaining a healthy lifestyle. She believes in dropping the diet mentality and instead focuses on balance and nourishing the whole self, body, mind, and spirit. And that's how we connect. Body, mind, and spirit.
Yep.
Through small, consistent changes, her clients form healthy habits. Laurie has a private health coaching practice where she works with women one-on-one and in small groups. She also conducts a variety of wellness workshops throughout the tri-state New York area. Laurie is a certified graduate CHC of the Health Coach Institute and has complete coursework in mastering thyroid imbalance for
Thyroid.
health
Yep.
coaches. She has a BS in marketing from the University of Rhode Island. In addition, she dedicates time each week to reading new nutrition and behavior research to give her attendees the most current information available. See, this is great. This is great. I am just honored just to have you on. Everybody that's on, I just want y'all to just share out there. I'm watching y'all on the Facebook Live. Hold up, we have Miss April Lynn that's trying to come on as well. Let me see. Okay, so she's trying to come in. Let me see if I can share this with her. Waiting in. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go on with the show and I'm going to send her and then hopefully she can just jump right on. But everybody that I see, I just want to say thank you for everyone that's joining in. I see you. I appreciate you coming on and supporting and just this is for your well-being as well to get some information. So I want to say thank you everyone. So we had some questions and I want to just first let's hear a little bit more about beautiful Laurie. I want to hear a little bit about you, about how you started, right? Like this elevating in purpose with your health and with your wellness and fitness. How did all of this start with you?
Okay, well, first of all, I thank you so much for having me. I am so excited to be here with you because we connected a few times on Instagram, and the fact that over all these months we finally made it, I am thrilled to be here and to talk to you and your audience about this topic of elevating yourself. I feel like I am a personal empowerment coach. Just like you've evolved, I think I started out as a health coach, but I really feel like what I do now for women is personally empowering them. Because once you feel like you have control or understand more about how your body and your mind and your connection to other people, how you fit into the world at large, you start understanding how you can solve some of the inevitable ups and downs of life. Of course, we had this major year, as you mentioned, of the pandemic. That's a huge thing. But then, there's day-to-day life too, where you don't get along with someone, or you have job trouble, or you have relationship problems. And those problems might seem smaller, but they're in your life every single day. Being able to feel like you have some agency about it, like you know what to do to take care of yourself, so that you can tackle some of those problems is, of course, what could be more empowering than that? Than getting control of your body, understanding how your body works, understanding how you can think about things so that you are more empowered in your life with other people, and starting to also appreciate yourself. The connection to other people in the world can happen if you're not connected to yourself. So I help women, especially as they age, connect more to who they are right then, not looking in the rearview mirror, trying to figure out, how they are now compared to how they were when they were 20, because I find a lot of women do that. They're like, oh, well, when I was 40, I did this. Not that it's not relevant the way you used to be, but people change over time.
Yes.
Circumstances change over time. So it's important to get a handle on who you are right now so you can make good decisions for yourself right now. And our mind also really escapes us sometimes. It runs like crazy. So when we understand how to manage our mind, we can feel calmer and make better choices. So that's what I do in a nutshell right now. You want to know how I got into it? Is that what your question was? How did I get into it?
Yes, like how it all started with you being a coach. And there's another question I wanted to ask you. There was saying like, when did you discover that coaching, that particular area that you are called for, that you're in, that you're standing in, and that you're owning right now?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I started coaching not that long ago. I mean, I'm in my 60s and I started coaching 5 years ago. So I was in my mid 50s when I even, went back to school for this. So it wasn't that long ago that I became a coach, but I feel like my jobs in my whole life, all through the rest of my life from post-college on, were all about really trying to figure out what made people tick and figuring out what made them do the things they do. I worked in marketing research when I first graduated from college, and that was trying to figure out why people use the products they did. And then I did public service, and so I tried to figure out how to get people to invest more in public education. And then I worked in retail for a little while, and that was really magical, because when a woman looks at herself in the mirror and tries on an outfit that makes her look like what she never looked like before, there is magic that happens there. And when they look in that mirror too, and they start talking about who they are, and they see who they are, and they start talking about everything about their life. When I was a salesperson, I used to help women, I thought I was helping them buy a dress, but really you get such insight into who those people are when they are looking at themselves in the mirror and start talking about their feelings about themselves and their life. So I really enjoyed that job, and it taught me a lot about how women were thinking about themselves. And a lot of them were really, honestly, from middle age on, were, not so positive. They were thinking sort of pessimistically about themselves. So I really wanted to change that. Another thing that happened right after that retail job, I decided to help my niece, who I was very close to, had breast cancer, and I was trying to help her maintain her business while she had breast cancer. And she was a very important person to me. Unfortunately, she passed away. And after she passed away, at a young age. And so I felt like that when you have those traumatic situations, it sometimes really flips a switch in you where you start telling yourself, you start thinking about like, what is life all about? And shouldn't I be doing something that really makes me feel good? So that's when I started looking into coaching. So that's my background.
That's amazing. It's like, even though, sometimes when they say something's got to die in order to give birth, and it's not saying that she had to pass away, but in just in that season or that time, it just sparks something in you saying like there's more to this, and I'm glad that you didn't. I'm sure that you're celebrating her.
Yes,
I'm
I
sure that
feel
you're
like she's
celebrating
with me
her.
in this. I feel like she's with me in
Yes.
this because she was such a wonderful person and she always wanted to help people too. So,
Yes. That was the birth out of it. That was the birth out of it.
yeah.
Wow. Wow. Um, okay, so we do have Miss April Lynn, and I am going to let her in. Let's see.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello,
Hi. I
hello.
apologize for being late. I was having problems logging in, but I was enjoying the conversation while I was in the waiting room.
Okay, so
Can you hear
let us
me
see your
good?
beautiful face.
Uh,
Yes, I can. I can hear you good. Let me see if I could get this. No, I don't like that. There it goes. So we all on.
can you see? Okay.
Yes,
Hi.
you're on. You're on, girl. You're on. So we are going to have some discussion. Of course, this is the health, wellness, and fitness discussion. And I'm going to go ahead and introduce Miss Beautiful April Lynn. So let me pull up her bio. And introduce you to everyone. Everybody that's on Facebook, I want to say thank you again. Everybody that's on YouTube, thank you for joining in. I am excited. We do have two Facebook pages that is on live, Sweating with Purpose page and my profile page. So I want to say thank you so much, everybody. So we are introducing Miss April Lynn. And I am so honored and glad as well that she is participating and just said, yes, I'll go, I'll do it, okay. Okay,
Thank
Miss
you.
April, you're welcome. Thank you. April Lynn is a certified life empowerment coach, published author, and former fitness competitor, dedicated to encouraging others to reach their next level and be launched to a place where there is no limit. There's their visions. Her mission is to help others like a fulfilled, healthy, and balanced life, using the art of expression in writing and speaking to motivate others to go forward. She can identify with the struggles in various life situations to assist others with actions plans to gain the ambition to achieve their goals. She has traveled on the mission file to Mexico and I don't know how to say this, from West Africa, these countries, and the Ivory Coast, where she shared her faith in God, embraced the children at the local orphanages, supplied clothing and food to the families, as well helped develop a place of refuge for the community. Her motto is be happy and live healthy. Tell us a little bit about that motto.
Be happy and live healthy. First, I want to say thank you so much for having me on your show. It's truly an honor, and I'm very grateful. Thank you so much for this opportunity. My motto, be happy and be healthy, is no, is it be happy, live healthy.
Yes.
So it's to be be happy, enjoy your life, find those things that is going to make you feel good, make you want to continue to achieve goals or set goals and achieve goals. um, to live healthy means to live healthy so that you can achieve those goals, to live good and feel good about yourself, to have a balanced life. um, I believe being healthy, being happy, that is being wealthy, because there are people who have a lot of wealth, but they're not happy and they're not healthy.
Mm,
So it's important for me, and as I empower others, to live a good life, to be happy, to be aware of your surroundings. If there's something that's not making you feel good, and I'm not saying every day we're going to wake up and be just jumping out of bed and hello. I mean, we do have those days, but when we do
yes.
start feeling down, or we don't get a good vibe around a certain person, or we're just not feeling good, find what makes you happy. And don't worry about what other people think. As long as you're not hurting anyone, long as you're not intentionally doing things that are damaging to another person's soul, but developing your own personal development so that you can be happy and live healthy.
Wow, love it. How are you elevating in purpose with your health, wellness, and fitness?
Wow. As I just shared, like personal development, for me, it's making sure that I keep my soul right. And what I mean by that, when I'm just feeling good on the inside and in my soul, doing things, praying, reading things that's going to motivate me, to educate me as far as gaining wisdom, what I need to do to continue to live healthy and fit. Lots of prayer, lots of prayer. My relationship with God. And it's not to make any excuses. Am I perfect? No, God is not looking for perfect vessels. God is looking for willing vessels to
Yes.
just live good, live right, treat other people right. My health and wellness, what's important for me to live a healthy and a well life. And when I say is a balance, can't stress that enough. Whenever I feel like my scale is being tilted, to find those things that's going to help me put me back centered, back on the right path.
Yes.
And that's why for me, prayer is important, meditation is important, listening to
Mm-hmm.
motivational speaking is important. And not only that, gleaning and gaining from others that have experienced or experienced the same things I have and learning from that. You know, everybody
Yes.
experiences a difference, but I can take something from what someone went through, of what I'm going through, to help
Yes.
rebuild my faith and build myself up.
Great. Wow. So, how did you know that where you're in the coaching and the wellness, like how did you know that was your calling?
Mm,
What was the first
that's
thing
a
that you
good
know that you
question.
knew that was you?
Mhm. Oh, ever since I was young, I've always been empowering others, motivating others, because I always want to see people happy. I love celebrating people when they're celebrating and when they're down. I love doing things to help them feel, uplifted. And so when I was
Yes.
younger, years ago, a life coach per se didn't even have a title. It was just someone, either a counselor, or people would need to go see a psychiatrist, but they didn't want to go see even though coaching is not in the same lines, but maybe that person did not need to go see a psychiatrist, but a coach. So years ago, life coaches wasn't popular, but it was something that
Mm-hmm.
those who have a passion to do always did. And so really
Yes.
back in 2018, I decided to go to training and get certified as a life coach. And I'm glad that I did, because it's rewarding to me to see that I've helped someone map out goals so that they won't feel like their life is just being stagnated. Sometimes it takes for them someone to listen and guide them, hold their hand through it, but come up with an action plan so that they can live the life that they desire. As far as
Mm.
fitness, I started fitness in 2007 when I was actually at a low part of my life. I've always been active ever since grade school in track, um, running track, dancing and cheerleading. But when I was going through a time in my life to where I didn't like how I looked, I didn't like how I felt, I just didn't like I didn't like me. So I knew that I had to change
Mm.
me. And what I started doing was exercising more, really going back into the gym. And then when I got into fitness competition, I thought it was something for me to do, to say, oh look, I'm gonna, this is what I can do, because at that time I was in a bad marriage. And so I felt depleted and degraded. I didn't feel myself. I was losing myself. So I went back to
Mm.
exercising to build myself back up and to regain my self confidence. Didn't know that through those competitions all through the years, it was helping building me, and it was helping me help build others. So my first competition was actually in 2007. My last one was in 2019. I've learned a lot, and it's been an awesome experience.
That's amazing. That is amazing. So I want to go over, there was one question that, but I'm sure that you had answered already. April, and you discussed about, because the question was, tell me an experience of how you made a great impact in someone's life. And because of that, it sparked a fire for you to push more of what you love to do. So Miss Laurie, tell me a little bit about that. Like what pushed you more to just continue to do it and act, and like you said, you started at a certain age and say, you know what, this is for me, so I'm going to go ahead and go for a certificate. Yes.
Yeah. First of all, April, great stories. I mean, that, I really, I loved what you were saying about the competitions too. Through your own personal growth, you were able to help others. And I think that's what coaching is really all about. So to me, in my coaching practice, the small things are sort of the big things. Like I was saying, I think we get in our own way a lot. And in the people that I deal with, women who are, older and not feeling very optimistic or joyful about aging. Oh, that's the other thing. I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought because April, one of the things I love that you were talking about is connecting to your joy and your happiness. That is one of the main things that I try to do with the women that I coach too, because I think sometimes women feel like they act as though they can do the thing that makes them happy only as a reward once they get everything else on their to-do list done. And they have this really long to-do list and it's hardly ever gets done. So they're not really doing the things. They don't see that as a main part of their life. But when you feel joy and when you feel uplifted, you are then in a better position to positively impact your own life and everybody else around you. And it does change your biology too. When you are feeling good, it changes the way you digest your food. It changes the way your hormones are secreted. It does so many positive things for you that it's actually, a tool in your toolbox. Connecting to your joy is a tool in your own toolbox to uplift yourself. So anyway, the impact in someone's life. So to me, getting people through those small times, not small again, but, maybe not, I don't know. Sometimes I think of it like Clark Kent and Superman. I don't know if I'm dating myself because you girls are so much younger than me. But when I used to watch him on TV, he was in the little phone booth, and he went in with a little man with glasses, and he's very conservative, and comes out like a superhero. And I really feel like sometimes coming out like a superhero isn't the thing that I get that happens with the people that I coach, but they just feel so much more in control of their life and more willing to do the things in their life that bring them joy and happiness and just a better quality of life. So when somebody tells me, it's funny, now I'm sort of getting along better with my mother. Or now I understand that I am in a better relationship. I'm listening more to my partner in my relationship, and that's like improving everything. So sometimes it's not a giant thing, but it's a small thing that ends up having a huge impact on their life. And I have had stories of women that have gone on vacations and decided to teach a yoga class there, which is something way out of their comfort zone that they never would have done before. I mean, I have experienced incidents like that with my clients, just making big steps, taking big steps towards something out of their comfort zone. And that's always really satisfying to me too. But it's also for me, those little things like getting along with their boss, feeling like, I don't like this job. I'm going to move on. I'm going to change this job. So it just uplifts the whole quality of their life. So, yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I like the part when you said about your boss or your job.
Yeah.
That's very...
It affects you every day.
And Laurie, Yeah. And
Mhm.
if I may, like Laurie, I think that is really awesome. And a part of what I do in coaching, I always say, let's do small goals, because sometimes some people want to do the big things first and they
Mhm.
get tired out. They get complaints, and they just, it becomes boring to them. But if they start small and
Mhm.
achieve that small, it's like, it may be a small goal at first, but then once they achieve, it's like, oh, hey, I
Right.
could do this, I could do more. So I think that is just really, really awesome. And just how you deal with, older women. I always say we don't get older, we get better. But to have the heart to show women who are a certain age, you can do it, you can start over, you can feel good about yourself. And I think that is really awesome. And I just want to add, like when I was competing, when I remember looking at this tape, and this is when I was competing with Miss Fitness USA, and the owner of Miss Fitness USA, Michelle Boinko, she sent me a tape because I wanted to know what did they do to get myself prepared, how to be on stage. And it was just one lady, and at that time she was 63. Now, mind you, this was 2007, but
Wow.
I was competing in AAA Aerobic Association, just different competitions. So when I got to the bigger competitions, and this was at this time, I want to say about 2009, I actually met the lady that I seen on the tape. She was still
Wow.
flexible, still beautiful, still vibrant. And I was like, wow, when I watched the tape, she was 63.
Amazing.
So that was amazing to me. And just to see older women be happy, live their life, be healthy and fit, that motivated me to just keep going.
Wow, that's great.
So thank you for
That's
sharing
great.
sharing that.
Mm. You're
You
welcome.
you
That
see
that was
that?
great. Mhm.
That is amazing because we are going to touch the area of aging, but I'm so glad that you brought up just that little story right there for the older women that's out on here listening, because they may feel like, okay, because I feel that with the pandemic, that kind of even hit them
Mhm.
even more, not want to do anything or to say this much. So we want to keep them encouraged, saying it doesn't matter how old you are, you still got it, lady.
Yes.
You still got it, woman. If you put your mind to it, saying, you know what, I'm going to take a walk maybe twice a week. Right? We don't want to put too much pressure on ourselves, but do what you can do. But the first thing is taking initiating, taking that first step.
Right. Coaching is always about action. And I mean, April knows that. It's not about just wishing for something, it's about making a plan
Mhm.
to get there. And I happen to agree with her also about the small steps first, because, oftentimes people think they have to do something huge in order to make a difference in their
Mm,
life. And when they start taking small steps and they see how that can make a difference in their life, it, as April
mhm.
said, it's encouraging, because then you have the desire to move on and you start feeling like, yeah, I can do it. It is possible for
See,
me.
that is amazing.
Yeah.
So we are going to go on to the next question. This is where we are going to come into collectively and answer them. And I am excited how this is going so far. So the question for the first one is, what does wellness looks like for you at this time in this pandemic? What does it look like with the society and everything that's going on right now?
We both took a sigh, like, like, wow. What does, do you want to?
Yeah,
Wellness look
I
like.
could take it.
Okay.
I could
Okay.
take it. You know, uh, of course, because the pandemic has everything to do with body health, of course, it brings to mind all the principles of staying healthy physically. So, it's best to, and I've tried to keep some regular routines through the pandemic, because, our routines were totally upset. So waking up, taking care of your body, eating right, trying to get sleep, trying to do activities that keep you out of the stress mode, like meditation, you mentioned before, April. Prayer is okay if you are a religious person or if you feel that spirituality, but I feel like you could be spiritual in many ways and feed your soul in many ways, whether it's religious or not. And I feel like you should be doing that during a time like this. Make some private time for yourself to read and to connect with yourself and not worry about pleasing anybody else. Sometimes there are parents and grandparents that are home that it's all about caretaking, and you need to take time for yourself to just nourish your own needs and not only be looking after other people. One of the things that I've been thinking of now that people are getting vaccinated and the weather's warmer and we're moving out into the world, one of the things that I've noticed with my clients is that they have a little bit of hesitation moving into the world because they're not really sure about, what is going on in terms of immunity, and they're distrustful because there's been so much noise around us for the last 4 years. People are not even trusting science as much as they used to. So there's some apprehension about getting out there and about how safe they are to get out there. And so what my recommendation is, and I'm doing this myself, is re-entering into our state of normal as like a new normal. So do things slowly, add things the way you want. I just spoke to somebody the other day that was saying, this person said to do this and that person said to do that. And they were like, well, you shouldn't stay in so much. You really should start getting out because now you're getting too used to staying in. And I feel you have to tap into your own intuition about it. If you are not ready to get out yet, then take small steps. Do something you really like to do. Maybe walking around the block. I said, what would you like to do? She said, well, I love to walk with my dogs. I said, well, then do that. Start with that. Start with something that makes sense for you. Do not try to take the big steps that you don't feel ready for because we have time. And I think we need to honor our intuition and our inner feelings about how we enter our social lives at this point.
Yes.
That's good. To answer the question, what does wellness look like for me during the pandemic, is just building up my immune system, eating well, getting proper rest, taking those things that's going to help my immune system be stronger. Also to not be afraid to live. We're still here. If someone's watching this, whether if they contracted COVID-19 or not, you're still here. That's still an opportunity to help build up their immune system. That's still an opportunity to move their body. It's good, like you made the suggestion to one of your clients to get out and walk, get that fresh air. And sometimes so many people around, so many people, it gets a little noisy. Just taking that time to be quiet, taking that time to just like sit and be quiet, but not stay there. Take that moment to just reassess some things, replan. And I can't stress enough, like I'm also too, if I may just share, I'm also a wellness and health distributor. And so we sell products that help build up your immune system. Like we sell immunity. We have an awesome and detoxing their system. This is a good time to detox your system, to get all the toxins out, things that's been in the colon for so long. And people don't even realize, I've had a lady who shared with me, she didn't remember the last time she ate corn. She said it might have been 2 or 3 years ago. And when she detoxed her system, she saw corn, in her bowel movements, which I know it's like a taboo topic to talk about, but a lot of stuff that is locked into our colon cause a lot of health issues. and it would affect your immune system. So just briefly, like we have the detox tea, we had that I do sell. And also too, we have a
Yes.
multi-liquid vitamin. This is Nutriverse. It's really good. You only take 1 tablespoon. This also gives you energy, and it has all the minerals and nutrients and vitamins that you need. With TLC, we have so many products to help build up your immune system. I just would say, even if someone doesn't buy a product from me, take something. Black elderberry is also good. Sea moss is also
Mm-hmm.
good, and we sell that too. And these are products that I take myself, and I want to say that it has been helping me even with my allergies. At first, I want to be honest, I was scared, like, oh my God, I have allergies and this COVID-19. And I would literally go in the store, like I'll have on 2 masks and be like, don't stand by me. Wait a minute,
That
you got to
sounds like
stand
me.
6 feet away. I'm at the cashier and someone get too close. I'm like, don't get too close. And then it was like I was getting not angry, but a little bit frustrated because I was like, why? They know what the guidelines are. They know what the rules are. And there's people they don't want to go out because they don't want to get in an argument, or they don't want to touch something. It's like that fear, and we can't live in fear. I sanitize stuff that I get from the store. I make sure that I wash my hands regularly. It's things that we have to continue to keep ourselves moving and living, and still plan and still live and still make those goals, because it's not over. This too shall pass. It's going to pass.
Yes.
But while it's here, keep planning, keep eating well, build up your immune system, be happy, and live healthy. That will be my motto forever. I can't stress that enough, but I understand how people feel, especially someone who has gotten COVID-19, and it's just, okay, what's going to happen? And they had the symptoms. I know that's fearful for them and family members.
But
Try their
right
best to build
here,
up their immune system. Mhm.
so right here, you're saying with their wellness that they have to, like, it's basically with the eating, and then also it's with their well-being into this live life. So that's exactly what you're saying with wellness of right now, the overall in
Mhm.
pandemic,
Mhm.
being in the pandemic. So the number two that I have is for older or and men as well. Tell me what they need to know of how to surpass stress and depression attacks. Laurie, can you give us a little bit about that, of like how to
Yeah.
help a client?
Mhm.
Sure, sure. Um, stress is a big topic. Stress is a
Yes.
huge category, and there's all kinds of ways that we can de-stress. And some of it even is through our diet. Eating a good diet that's not heavy in caffeine, alcohol, sugar, and for some people, gluten, is really good for you. It's good for your body,
Mhm.
and it helps you deal more effectively with stress, especially if you have some healthy fats in there, some omega-3 fats. It's very anti-inflammatory. And so
Mhm.
that is very helpful. I always talk about how mind and body work together. Whatever you put into your body to eat is going to affect your positive attitude in your brain. And
Mhm.
also, having a positive thought and a positive attitude will create uh, better physical reactions in your body. So they work hand in hand. So, okay, so there's the eating things. And one thing that I didn't talk about yet, or hasn't been mentioned yet about eating, is that even though you want to eat for health, I go by the 80-20 rule, where 80% of the time you do try to eat in a way that works best for your body, that it feels healthy to you. But the other 20%
Yes.
you can actually enjoy, and not that you shouldn't enjoy it the other time, but you can actually go off your plan to just celebrate things and enjoy things. I feel like life is here to be lived. And so if you start getting so insanely crazy about following an eating plan without allowing yourself to ever, let's say, have a piece of pizza or ice cream or whatever, have a celebration, um, first of all, you won't be able to stick to it very long, because I feel like that's a big part of life. In American culture, we're always talking about
I
eating
fall
and
off.
food and celebrating.
I was gonna say me too.
and also it adds to your joy, your
Yeah.
participation in different events. So even though I talk about healthy eating, I do think that we have to bring in the human element and make sure that we're not living like robots, that we really are.
Yes.
But the thing is that when you do eat these things that maybe aren't the best thing for you, you should really not experience guilt about it. You should sit down and really eat it slowly, savor it, enjoy it. If you're going to bother to eat it, you might as well love it. So anyway, stress. So eating well is part of it. And then there are a lot of things like meditation, certain kinds of exercise.
Yes.
A lot of women feel like I always have to do cardio. I have to do 10 miles a day. There are lots of kinds of
Yes.
exercise that are really better for your nervous system than doing that kind of cardio every single day. So doing cardio like that is great, but then also strength exercise is really important. And as you get older, doing exercises that stretch you or that enhance your balance, like doing things on one leg sometimes. We lose our balance and flexibility as we get older, and our bones get more brittle. So those two ways of exercising are also really important. And then there are the non-movement things like journaling and, as you were talking about before, prayer, meditation, and connecting to other people too. Your connection to other people is really important. There are studies about people that live to age 100 in these blue zones throughout the world. And one of the things that all of these blue zones had in common was that people had a sense of community. And that's also where like volunteer work comes in. You did some volunteer work, April, and it is so gratifying and satisfying on one level to be helping other people, but also it gets you out of your own head. I mean, it isn't really all about you. Health is not only about thinking about yourself 24/7. It's also about extending an arm and a hand to other people who maybe are less fortunate, or you might just have a skill that they don't have. So that's also all part of stress reduction. And for depression, I'm going to say again, like food and exercise are really helpful when it comes to depression. And the other part of it is, connecting to other people, relaxing, and let's see, what else would I say has a large impact on depression? Asking for help when you need it, because sometimes people think that they have to be able to handle everything on their own. And, we all need support from other people, whether it's a coach or a family member or whatever. Getting help when we start spiraling down can really like stop you from spiraling. So that would be my stress and depression tips.
Love it. And I could let me reflect on that real quick, where there was a time in my life that I was in deep depression. And it's just I was just at a point saying I wanted to just give up, give in. And I wanted to just take, and I felt like I couldn't speak to nobody. I couldn't speak to family, but it's so true that we need to speak to someone, even if it's not family, like check yourself in. Check yourself in, because it's better to not be alone. And that's where you're really putting more harm to you, or really, really like going over the board with yourself. So family is not there, friends are not there. You could go to the hospital and check yourself in.
I just want to say, can I say one other thing before April gets started? And that is that we have to own all of our feelings. And so when we've been through traumatic things, and those things created, or even not so traumatic, and we're having a bad day, or we just have some bad feelings, that's part of you too. By owning those feelings and acknowledging them, you can get rid of them faster than by trying to, submerge them or feel guilty or bad about not feeling positive every minute. Like you said, April, you don't have to jump out of your bed every day like a jumping bean and, being happy every day, enthusiastically like that. There's a happy medium, but you will experience more happiness in your life if you own all the feelings that you have, including some of the bad ones, because they're usually justified and they tell you something about what you're experiencing in your life. They give you direction. So I applaud you for getting out of that that situation that you were in, Diana. That is not,
Yes.
that you were deep, and that I admire that, and I think it's amazing.
Thank you so much.
This is like really
Yes.
awesome. Both of you just really share so much. And Diana, you first I want to start with Diana. You touched on so many important key points of being around someone, going somewhere, talking to someone. And if there's not anyone around, check themselves in. I think a lot of people that needs help, they think the word psychiatrist or even coaching or a life coach, they think is, oh, I'm going to just sit on the couch, you're going to analyze me or you're going to judge me, or they afraid because in society somewhere it was put out there where if you're depressed or you're going through something, you're something is wrong with you mentally, you're not stable. Well, that may be some true because they're going through hurt, they're going through something that was devastating and something that caused trauma in their life. And if they don't let it out and hold it in, it affects their health. It affects how they think about things. It affects how they live their life. So that point that you stress, even sharing your own experience, thank you for that. And I believe a lot of people need to hear that. Like, do what you have to do to find your peace, especially your inner peace. That is so important. Laurie, you touched on so many things, especially eating. And
Yes.
I watch what I eat, but I will say, and I'll be so transparent, I will have that cake, I will have that pizza. And although that I take an amazing detox tea, I don't like the word diet because it feels like you're depriving yourself. And once you feel like you're depriving yourself, you're going to want it more. Eat it, enjoy it. Uh, take a take a detox tea to flush it out, but don't feel bad. Don't beat yourself up over it. Enjoy it. Live it. Have
Yeah,
another piece of cake. Don't go overboard, but know your limits. But
Yes.
enjoy your food, because when you enjoy your food, you digest it better. You feel better.
Yes.
You won't feel like, oh my God, all this gloom and doom, and you're gonna get in trouble for it. No, enjoy it. I always say self care is not selfish because you're taking care of yourself.
mhm.
And a lot of people, they take the time to take care of other people and they pour into other people more than they pour into their self. And so self care is so important because once you feel good about yourself, you taking care of yourself, then you're even 100% better for others because you have to be
Right.
110% better for
Mhm.
yourself. Um, Exercising. There are a lot of people, they don't want to go to the gym. Walking just 30 minutes every other day, that's fine. And it does, you don't have to work out if you're going for a fitness competition or being a bodybuilder. I share with some people and I always tell them, cleaning up your house, that's exercise. Washing your car by hand
Mhm.
instead of taking it through the drive-through, that's exercise. Anything that you could do to move your body from time to time, rearrange the items in the cabinet, you're reaching, you're stretching, that's exercise. Anything that you're doing to move your body. And I always,
Yes.
for me, I always like I guess being a fitness competitor, seeing women at that time in their 60s and meeting other women just from across the globe and being on stage with people that were from different countries and were much older than me. And even though, I was in the master division because of my age when I was competing, later on when I was competing, just meeting those women and talking with them and how they kept wanting to make more goals, but they always said, I know what I need to do to strengthen my bones. I know what I need to do to strengthen my muscles. I know what I need to do to take care of my organs so that I can continue to function well. So
Yes.
when we are feeling good about ourselves, like you said, it helps like your mindset. When you feel good in one part of your body, you want to do other things to feel great all over and to take care of yourself, take care of your skin. It's nothing wrong going to the spa, have a spa day, let someone pamper you. If you don't have a group of girlfriends to go with, it's nothing wrong going with yourself. And I think some people think if I don't have this friend or if I don't have this person in my life, I can't do that. It could be this season in their life to have that alone time to really gather themselves. And like you said, they may be going through something, owning those feelings and those thoughts. Why am I feeling this way? Doing an assessment. Is it something that stemmed from my childhood, adulthood, a relationship that I was in? Or is it just my own insecurity that's causing me to feel this way? Well, if that's so, what do I need to do so I won't be insecure? What do I need to do to build up my confidence? What I need to do so that I can have better relationships and networking with people, even getting along with other women. There's some people, because it's something that's going on, that they don't get along with other women, or they've been in bad relationships with a guy and they seem to not have prosperous or healthy relationships with men. And this could be with
Mhm.
men or women.
Yeah.
Just finding out what's
Stay
going on the
real quick.
inside.
Real quick, April, and you had mentioned about relationship. So I want to put that out there with relationship, because when it comes out to relationship, because it goes right into the next question, right? So I just wanted to just add on that, but just going into the extra question that I have when it comes out to healthy lifestyle. Now, when it comes out to healthy lifestyle, everybody thinks it's just with food, it's with exercising, but it's all overall. It's relationship, it's your
Yeah.
surroundings. So give us a little since we're gonna go into healthy lifestyle and relationship, give us an example with that, April Lynn, of a healthy
And
lifestyle in a relationship.
relationship. A healthy lifestyle and relationship is being with someone. When I say it's not, we have to be healthy, I mean, happy with ourselves, but being
Right.
around someone that celebrates you, that compliments you, but also someone that's going to listen, someone that really cares for your best interest, and they're
Mm-hmm.
not selfish, with they're not selfish with themselves and they're not selfish with you, but someone
Mm-hmm.
that is really going to be like your best friend. You're comfortable around them, you can talk to them, because it's nothing like being
Yes.
around someone and you're walking on eggshells, or you're worrying about what they're going to say, what they're going to do, or someone, and this is so important, accepting who you are and being someone that can see the diamond within and speak life to that so it can all shine, so that you can be you can feel good around them. When you're around someone and they make you feel good, even, I sharpens iron. A good friend is going to be someone, and I shared with this with someone today, telling me, letting me know something. I feel like a good friend is, they see me on the edge, but they know what to say to kind of help me so I won't fall over that edge. So I won't keep doing things that's going to put me in a situation to where I'm going to hurt myself or harm myself. And they're sharing with me in love. That is a healthy relationship. And the person needs to be able to accept constructive criticism. Not criticism that's going to
True.
put them down, but criticism that's going to help lift them up. And just having that good, that right frequency, that
Yeah.
vibe, that chemistry, whether if it's, with someone of a significant other, to have that chemistry between each other, because you're going to feel good, you're going to help build each other, you're going to want to help elevate each other and motivate each other. I think that's such a beautiful thing, and it brings healthiness. If you ever been around
It
someone and they
does.
make you feel down and out, and you like, and then they come around and you're like this, or they call and you're looking at the phone like, I really don't want to. No, not today. I can't do them today. But being in a good relationship where they're making you, it's not about stroking your ego or saying things to kind of hype you up, but making you feel good even when they have to tell you you're wrong. And if you know this person love you, they're not telling you because they're trying to hurt you. They're telling you because they want to help you and they want to build you up. That's healthiness for
That's
me. Like,
healthy lifestyle. Yes.
yes, and lifestyle, yes.
So I wanted to ask Laurie, what is healthy lifestyle to you, Laurie? And then I want you to just go right into the fourth question, which is when it comes down to aging and being 55 and up, what advice you have of staying healthy, eating certain foods, taking vitamins, exercising tips, mentally challenging themselves, and how they can uplift their inner spirit. You could add that healthy lifestyle into that.
Well, that's my whole coaching program. Honestly,
Yes,
that
yes, it
covers
is.
so much. It's about eating and exercise and keeping yourself in a good place. So, one thing I want to say about April's, because I love what she said about relationships, but there's another really critical thing that I deal a lot with older women, and that is boundaries. You need to set boundaries in your own
Mm,
life about what you will tolerate and what you won't. And
boundaries.
not, as she said,
Yes, yeah,
in a
yeah.
loving way, but even with your children, with your grandchildren, because I see women that I work with that are running all over the place for their children, grandchildren, their sister, brother, mother. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't do those things, that you shouldn't do things for them. But I also think that sometimes the kinds of things that we're doing for them steps over a certain line. You form habits in your relationship with people too. And so they start to count on you for certain things that maybe they could be doing for themselves, or maybe you could change the timing of it so that it works better for your life.
Yes.
So I think that that's a really important component of a healthy relationship. And it's not just a romantic relationship. It could be any relationship, just really sort of thinking what matters to me and what can I do that feels okay and acceptable, and what doesn't. And it actually improves your whole relationship with them, because then you don't
Yes.
feel taken advantage of, but it's really your job to decide if you're being taken advantage of or if it's something that you could willingly and happily do. So I'm not suggesting, if this sounds like a little, I don't know, like mean sort of, that you don't do favors for people or you don't help people out. Of course we do. But when you start feeling like you're being taken advantage of, it's your job to set the boundary. So that's one
Yes.
thing I want to say about that. And the other thing I wanted to talk about was, I guess this comes into your lifestyle thing, was technology, because we have these phones that we're with all the time. And it really, it's very distracting from the human interactions that we have with other people. And so if I was talking about a
Yes.
healthy lifestyle, and I guess talking about boundaries too, I would talk about putting your phone down a little bit at certain times. First of all, it's important to put it down before you go to bed, because you need to lose your technology a little before you go to bed in order to sleep well. So that's one tip I have about lifestyle. But even when I notice this happens with I've been married to my husband for almost 35 years. And, you know, we are,
Congratulations.
oh, thank you. So, but still, I find sometimes we are at the dinner table and we're paying no attention to each other. You know, we even sometimes we go out to
Yes.
dinner and we're texting under the table, and then we get mad at the other one for doing it. And then he said, well, you were just doing that to me. And, you know, the point is that there are just certain times that you should just put your phone away. It shouldn't even be a
true.
distraction for you. And so that was another part of relating to somebody else, and also part of a healthy lifestyle. Which questions are you most interested in my answering about lifestyle? Because lifestyle is really like your whole life. So I feel like I'm repeating what I said if I say, you know, you eat healthy, you exercise, you sleep, you learn to manage your mindset, and you embrace all your emotions. And actually, the third part of my program is about connection, because I think people are so busy looking at what they were a long time ago. I think I opened with this, and instead of thinking about what person they are right now. Like, I'm not the same as I was when I was 30 or 40 or 50. And I think we need to periodically reacquaint ourselves with ourselves so that we know what we want to do in life and who we want to connect with. You know, there are lots of new opportunities, but if we assume that we should be doing the same thing we did 10 years ago, then we're not going to grow. And I think growth is a really important thing for people of all ages. I think women who are getting older think, this is how I am, that's it. And it's just not true. There's growth at every stage and age in life, and you need to embrace it in order to have a healthy lifestyle.
Yes.
I love that part. Like when you said that they need to embrace it, because it's so many that's out there that don't know how to embrace it. So yes, it's very important. Definitely love the boundaries. You spoke to me because it's like I have my boundaries, but I know I could work on more with my boundaries. And again, it's not about me, but because I grew so much of being nice, and I am a giver. I do like to, I don't like competitions. I just like to just be nice and keep it moving. But when you are too nice, some people just take advantage, and then that's where I had to really say, all right, I got to have my boundaries. I got to have my boundaries, because then you're going in a cycle of wearing out yourself. You may not say that, okay, some people say, well, I give the clothes or the shirt on my back to give to you. That was me, but I had to really step back because I was given so much of me. Even there was a point in my life that I got broke, right? I rather said, you know what, I give you my last, because I had this mentality of, and I do have to bring this because, some of us grew up in a Christian home. And then sometimes we go by the Bible when we say, like, give. But God also has something, and there's something in the Bible that also says wisdom. You can't always give your last. It is good to give to the needy, right? But when the needy see you come all the time and say, "Oh, she always give," they automatically, like, it's like you already said yes, and you didn't give them no boundaries. You didn't give them no limit. So you just give everything away, and it wore me out. And I believe that's what took me out when it came down to depression, because I had someone staying with me as well, and I gave her everything.
Wow.
And then when I lost my apartment, when I lost my job, it was like, I have nothing else to give you. I have nothing else to give you. I have my own child. I can't take care of another grown woman. That's where it took me to a place where I did not have anything for me nor my daughter, for me to really have my boundaries saying, this is it. And I told myself I would never go back to that mindset. I would never go back to that area of my life to just say, I'm going to give everything. Sometimes it's not about being selfish, but you have to take care of you. Healthy lifestyle, take care of you.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But that's, I, normally I'm not speechless, but that a wonderful concept, because sometimes we could give so much and so much you feel depleted because you have given so much of yourself, and you've given so much, and then the other person is not, I believe that giving should be reciprocal. Not that you give something, expect something back, but the gratitude, someone being grateful,
Yes.
someone helping out, someone even sometimes, hey, you've been doing this for me, let me do that for you. When someone is like that for me, I feel compelled. I want to do more for them because I'm really simple. I don't ask for much. And when someone is pouring into me, and it could be the least of things, I'm so grateful and
Mhm.
happy. It makes me want to do bigger things with them, but I know that this person they accept it, they're grateful, they're happy, they appreciate it. When someone appreciates it, that makes you feel giving, and you're not giving in vain. And when years ago, when I was like that, what I had to do is, when I stopped, instead of me feeling like I've lost, I said, you know what, that's a seed that I planted. God, let that seed come back to me in 100-fold. Okay, I helped this
Mm-hmm.
person out and they weren't grateful for it. So I would always pray, Lord, everything that I poured out, everything that I gave, everything that I did, I pray that it will come back to me at 100-fold. And I can honestly say that right now, in this moment, in this time, it's happening. I'm seeing the seeds. I'm seeing the harvest come back into my life from being in, beautiful relationships, with Diana, with Schneidine, with other women, and not just that, just my partner, my significant other. It's just, everything is just really, really beautiful, and it's a balance. And I'm no longer
Yes.
feeling like, I don't know if I want to. Do I want to be friends with this person because I was in a friendship before and it was always me giving, 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 giving. But when I have people, and I'll tell you, God is so good, because there are women that just recently met, never knew, but then as we connect, it's like I've known them all my life. And then they pour into me, not even realizing that I needed that word that day, that I needed that text that day to say, hey, you were on my mind, and this is what I want to share with you, because that's something I always did for other people. And I would always find myself, does anybody can I get encouragement too? Want to be selfish, but does anybody like see me? Does anybody want to pour into me? It's not that I was greedy or hungry or needy, but it's always good to know that you're appreciated. It's always good to know that you're on someone's mind. And so, I mean, what you shared was just, it was just wonderful. And I think when we get to that point to where we say, hey, I have boundaries. I care for you. I love you, but I can't. I just saying no. This is okay. Saying no is not a bad thing. And if somebody makes you feel guilty because you said no, because you have boundaries and you want to take care of yourself and you don't have an ounce of anything else to give, it's
Mm.
okay. And that person is like, I'm like, everybody, I don't want to get into judging, but some people are on, different levels in life, and they may not be at the level where they can appreciate what you have to give, to where they're not
Yes.
mature enough to receive it, because in some it's somewhere, in their mind, they went through something. They feel like, I deserve this, or you're going to give me this, or they've been through so much, and then when they finally get that person that wants to give to them and want to share, they take advantage of it because they're not
Advantage of
used to
them.
someone being a blessing to them. They're not used to someone pouring into them. And so if you have to say no, it's okay. It's really okay, because especially in times like this, you have to, and I believe, far as the mental aspect as well, you
Yes.
have to be mentally stable and balanced and healthy in your mind, to where you're not feeling guilty because you said, you know what, this is not good for me, this is not healthy for me, I'm losing here, I'm not gaining anything, because there's something that's still being taken away from me, and I'm losing my grip, I'm losing my ground. And you can't lose your ground, especially in times like this. We have to stand steadfast and immovable, yet still be nice, still be kind, because there may be one day someone come along where you may have to give a little bit more, but God, your intuition, your discernment, what you feel, how you can tap into things, will let you know this is good. This is good. And
Yes.
you're going to receive a blessing for doing it.
I'm so glad that we had time to talk about like everything with that has to do with health, wellness, and fitness. We covered so much things, so many areas in relationship, in your life, in your mind, boundaries, depression, stress. Like we covered pretty much everything that pertaining to what the people need to hear today, and because of due to the pandemic, and now we are getting ready, that America is saying, hey, we get ready to open back up, because there is a lot of that are scared to move on, or they feel like like they see the worst. They don't see no sun coming out the clouds.
Mhm.
So
Hmm.
that's why I felt I was led. It's like I knew that God led me to just do this for April, to just talk about health, wellness, and fitness. 'Cause, I know around some people around April, it's more of having the mindset of spring is here. That's what it is. Spring is here. And it's not about the season. What I'm saying is it's time to get up.
Hmm.
The sun is coming out. It's time to get happy again. It's time to be joyful again. Spring is here. So let's get our health and wellness and fitness together. And one person, it doesn't take one person, it takes a whole to really realize spring is here. The world is starting to open back up. Spring is here. Do you smell the flowers? Do you see the sun? Do you see the skies? You got to look into those greater things are coming. But you got to be willing to take that first step and to change your mindset. Yes, yes. I want to
Yeah,
say thank
that's
you to
it.
my guests. Yes. Thank you to my guests. I would like both of you, if you have any programs or your website, in and I just need you to place it in the chat so people could know who you are, want to know your services. I have Schneidine on. She goes, April, Lynn, you deserve it all. Schneidine says, our sisterhood is beautiful bond. Yes, sometimes the strangers could be the best supporters. And then she said, the leaders need people to pour into them too. A lot if humans are still immature. We do have also, let me see, Charlie Green, she put, they meet you where you are, but love you too much to let you stay there. It's the whole person. I like that. Charlie Green said the therapist mental health stigma is still out there. It is. It is still out there. Siobhan had put, yes, acknowledgement is very true. I just want to give our shout out to Siobhan because I am actually wearing her shirt, which is called Esther's Fashions. She is a new boutique owner, and I have her blouse on. Not her blouse, mine, but and the earrings. The earrings is beautiful. So please check out her website. She has new bags out as well. Okay, so then yes, we had quite a few people that answered. Thank you for everyone that's joined on YouTube. I see you. I had posted up something there as well. I want to make sure that Miss Laurie plays her things there because you have any programs coming up, Miss Laurie? I'm calling you Miss Laurie. Laurie.
I right now I do not, but I do one-on-one coaching, and I give free discovery sessions to anybody that's interested in hearing any more about my coaching program. I do have an email newsletter that is all about different health and wellness aspects. I've had them for a long time. If you go onto my website, which I put in the chat here, I'll post it.
Mm-hmm.
My email newsletter is on my website, and there's also a portion that has the old blogs from the past, the old newsletters. So you can get any kind of free information from going back like 2 or 3 years. You could also follow me on Instagram at Wellness Coach Laurie. And on that, and I post all the time on that, and they're like tidbits of free advice about your mindset and your health and all kinds of issues coming up. And if you follow me on that, when I do come out with new programs, you'll be the first to know. Right now, it's one-on-one.
Yes. That's amazing. And with you, April Lynn, I know you have a book. Do you are you have another book coming soon?
Yes, I am planning to write another book. I also have a website. It's coachingintoexcellence.com. And on there, you can click on there. And I also have a section where you can fill out. And it depends. It's usually a 15, maybe to 30, well, I'll say 45-minute where you get free counseling where we can find out if I'm the best fit for them, what I could do to service whoever comes on and take my service as a client. And I could briefly go over some things that I would help them plan. Also,
Yeah.
too, on my website, I'm also open to do group coaching as well as coaching for different companies. And when I say different companies, sometimes that person that works in customer service who is kind of gripey at the customers doesn't mean that, oh, they're the griping person. There's something that they're going through, especially
Mm-hmm.
during these times. And if there is a company and they need a life coach to come in to just do some motivational speaking to encourage their employees, I also have a section for group coaching for them to fill out. I have my book. My book has been published, actually in 2019, and
Okay.
it's called The Window of My Soul, A Journey of Hope. And it's about my life from as a little girl and until my adulthood. And the book is just basically of never giving up on you and never giving up
Yep.
on your faith. I'm
Okay.
also if anybody wants to buy any of the health and wellness product or take a look on that website, I also have a website too, and they can click on the link in my bio on my Instagram page. And it's just, my Instagram page is April Lynn, followed by 3 underscores. And
Okay.
DM me,
So
inbox me, we could talk. Sorry.
So with
Yes.
that, no, I wanted to say she sells TLC. So I just want everybody to know that she sells TLC. She's a TLC distributor, and I'm so glad she has been helping me out with that, and I'm excited. And I just want to say, ladies, thank you again. Thank you again. This was an amazing interview. And yeah, let's get this health, wellness, and fitness to another level. Let these people see that spring is here and we ain't playing no game. I've been
Yes.
saying we ain't come to play, we come to slay.
Thank you,
I like
Diana.
that. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much. Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks, April. It was nice to meet you.
Yes, you too. It was a
Okay.
pleasure meeting you. And I've been looking on your IG page, looking at I think it's just awesome what you do, especially for the women that are older in age, because you're letting them know they're not left out, that they are important, that there's still so much life to live. And I think that is that.
Yeah,
Kudos to you.
thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Family.
Okay.
So I just want to end this with the music, but what I'm going to say is I'm going to say my slogan. It is time to ignite, regain, and prosper in your purpose. And this was the Elevating a Purpose show. And we thank you so much, Miss Laurie Graf Harris and April Lynn, for coming on. And I thank you for all the listeners on Facebook pages and YouTube. I am honored. Thank you so much. If anybody miss it, replay it. Okay. So I want to say thank you again. Everybody have a wonderful evening and have a nice weekend. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye.